In this video, I'm going to share my brutally honest comparison between Obsidian and Notion after spending an entire month testing both platforms side by side. I use them for everything: note taking, project management, knowledge based creation, and daily workflows. And I'm going to tell you exactly which one came out on top and why, plus which one might be right for your specific needs. If you're tired of jumping between productivity apps and want to make the right choice once and for all, stick around because I'm about to break down everything you need to know. Let me start with Obsidian. And honestly, these two blew my mind in ways I wasn't expecting. Obsidian is fundamentally different from most note taking apps because it's built around the concept of linked thinking and knowledge graphs. Here's the thing nobody talks about: Obsidian has a steep learning curve, but it's worth every minute you invest. In my first week, I was honestly frustrated. The interface felt overwhelming and I couldn't figure out why people were so obsessed with it. But by week 2, something clicked. The magic happens when you start linking your notes together. Every time you type double brackets around a word or phrase, you create a connection to another note. What seems simple becomes incredibly powerful when you realize you're building a web of interconnected knowledge. The graph view is where Obsidian becomes almost addictive. Imagine seeing all your thoughts and notes as a visual network with lines connecting related ideas. I found myself discovering connections between topics I never would have noticed otherwise. It's like having a conversation with your past self and suddenly understanding patterns in your thinking. During my testing month, I used it for a complex research project, and the graph view helped me identify gaps in my knowledge and unexpected relationship between concepts. This isn't just pretty visualization, it's functional intelligence. Obsidian's plugins ecosystem is insane. I'm talking about hundreds of community developed plugins that can transform how the app works. Want to turn your notes into flashcards? There's a plugin. Need to integrate with your calendar? Plugin. Want to create beautiful diagrams directly into your notes? Plugin. But here's what I learned: you don't need dozens of plugins to be productive. I started with just three: Templater for consistent note formats, Calendar for daily notes, and Data View for creating dynamic note indexes. That's it. Everything in Obsidian is stored as plain text markdown files on your computer. This means you own your data completely, no proprietary formats, no vendor lock-in. If Obsidian disappeared tomorrow, you'd still have all your notes in a format you can open anywhere. This also means lightning fast search and the ability to use any text editor to modify your notes. I actually found myself editing notes in VS Code sometimes when I needed advanced text manipulation. Speed is where Obsidian absolutely dominates. Opening the app is instant, searching through thousands of notes help happens in milliseconds. Creating new notes, linking between them, navigating everything feels responsive in a way that makes other apps feel sluggish by comparison. Here's where I needed to be honest. Obsidian's mobile app exists, but it's not great. It works for quick note capture and basic editing, but the desktop experience is where Obsidian truly shines. If you're someone who does most of your serious work on mobile, this might be a deal breaker. Now, let's talk about Notion, which approaches productivity from a completely different angle. Where Obsidian is about connecting thoughts, Notion is about structuring everything in your life into one organized system. Notion markets itself as an all in one workspace, and after a month of testing, I can confirm it delivers on this promise. Mostly. I managed to replace my task manager, note taking app, project tracker, and even some spreadsheet work with Notion. The block based editing system is brilliant. Every piece of content is a block that you can drag, rearrange, and transform. Text becomes a heading, headings become to do lists become databases. It's like having digital Lego blocks for information. This is where Notion gets scary good. The database functionality is genuinely impressive. I created a content calendar that automatically tracks deadlines, assigns team members, and shows progress across multiple views: calendar, Kanban board, gallery, and table, all from the same data. You can create relational databases that would make Excel users jealous. I built a system that connected my project notes to tasks to team members and team members to deadlines with automatic roll ups and filters that kept everything organized without manual maintenance. Notion template system is more powerful than most people realized. You're not just copying layouts, you can create templates with pre-filled databases, automatic properties, and complex structures that adapt to different use cases. I created a meeting template that automatically generates action items in my task database, link to the relevant project, and set appropriate deadlines based on the meeting type. Setting this up took an hour, but it saved me hours every week. If you work with a team, Notion's collaboration features are outstanding. Real-time editing, comments, mentions, granular permissions, it all works seamlessly. I shared different parts of my workspace with different team members, and everyone could contribute without stepping on each other's work. The permission system lets you share specific pages publicly with team members or keep them completely private. I even use this to create a public knowledge base that potential clients could access. Here's Notion's biggest weakness. It can be slow, not always, but often enough to be frustrating. Loading complex databases, switching between pages, and syncing changes can take several seconds. When you're in a flow state, these delays break your concentration. The mobile app is much better than Obsidian's, but it still struggles with complex pages and databases. Simple note taking works fine, but trying to manipulate databases on mobile is painful. Notion is easier to get started with than Obsidian, but it has its own complexity trap. The sheer number of features and possibilities can lead to over engineering your workspace. I spent entire days perfecting database structures instead of actually working. After a month of intensive testing, here's my honest assessment. Both tools are exceptional, but they solve fundamentally different problems. Choose Obsidian if you're a knowledge worker who needs to think deeply about complex topics. If you're a researcher, writer, consultant, or anyone who benefits from seeing connections between ideas, Obsidian is transformative. It's perfect for building a personal knowledge base that grows more valuable over time. Obsidian wins if you prioritize speed, data ownership, and deep thinking over collaboration and project management. It's the tool for people who live in their notes and want those notes to help them think better. Choose Notion if you need one tool to manage multiple aspects of your work and life. If you're coordinating projects, managing teams, tracking goals, and want everything connected in one system, Notion is unmatched. It's ideal for people who think in systems and processes. Notion wins if you need databases, collaboration, and the flexibility to structure different types of information in one place. It's the tool for people who want to organize their entire digital life. For my workflow, I chose Obsidian but with a caveat. I use Obsidian for thinking, writing, and knowledge management, but I still use other tools for project management and collaboration. Obsidian made me a better thinker, which is more valuable to me than having everything in one place. Many people successfully use both tools together, Obsidian for deep work and knowledge building, Notion for project management and team collaboration. There's no rule that says you have to choose just one. The choice between Obsidian and Notion ultimately comes down to how you work and what you value most. Both tools can transfer your productivity, but in very different ways.